traceable to abandoning our culture for embracing of exotic uh, cultural practices that do not even have the enabling environment. So we're more or less living in a confused situation because we are neither here nor there. So we embrace Islam and we are trying to be more Islam than the Arabs, who the religion is in their language. We embrace Christianity and we're also fighting more than even the Romans, who had the Pope in his place. So we are more or less like trying to be more Catholic than the Pope. And so it is this departure from our cultural heritage that is explaining some of the moral turpitude we have in terms of crimes being exhibited. When I was growing up as a young person, there was no police station. And there was even no crime. People were living happily. You could keep your things. Nobody would touch it. You could go to any house. Nothing will happen. And so I was already approaching a child when they started bringing police station, bringing courts, and then you have the rise in criminality. So basically, if we are going back to our cultural heritage, there are enough mechanisms to deal with criminality. There are certain criminality that just by pronouncement of statement by elders, the issue is dealt with. There are also some crimes are considered very grievous, and so they are abomination. For example, you cannot just go and kill somebody. And in most cultures, there is no death sentence as a sanction for somebody who has killed another person. Rather, he is banished from the community, and he will have to go and look for an alternative community to associate. It was even unheard of for you to be identified as a thief. In fact, women will sing songs of satire and mention your name, and you will be compelled to relocate and go on self-exile. That happened to my uncle when he, in those days, broke corn belonging to his own uncle. And the issue came before the elders. And the uncle said, no, this is my uncle, so it should be an issue. But his father, who was my grandfather, said, no. The act of stealing is unknown to us, so he must be disciplined. So he was disciplined, and because of that, women sing song with him. They were mentioning his name as a thief, and he became a misfit into the society as a kid. So if we are going to go back to our cultural basis, most of this criminality will be dealt with because we will be able to reposition our moral values. We will repossess it and we'll be able to make progress. But you see, the confusion we have now is thieves have religion, criminals have religion. So a criminal in Wase who went to the market, Wase market, and stole something, and he realized that, oh, he is a Muslim, and the enabling environment is that of Muslims. All he needed to say is to shout Allahu Akbar, and the Muslim will say, no, they are trying to blackmail our brother. And if the thief also look around and discover that, oh, he's a Christian, and there are Christians in majority there, he will just shout in Jesus' name and say the Muslims have started. And you could find a criminal holding stolen property, but depending on which faith, they will rally around to protect him. So you see, even this religion that we have adopted seems to now be an enabler of crime, because we do not practice religion based on faith,